right, Lewis, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
It's been absolutely crazy watching you skyrocket to prominence lately. What has it been like to become one of TikTok's most prominent actors in such a short period of time?
Firstly, that's very nice of you to say. Nobody sets out to put themselves on a platform for that content not to be seen. Obviously, with all of the positive, there's also been a lot of negative.
What do you think it is about that video, or just about your content as a whole, that has resonated with people so much?
Because I guess people feel it's real, and it feels real, and it looks real.
Talk about your nephew participating in the videos a little bit. Is that your brother's kid or sister?
So I'm part of a big family. That's one of my sister's sons.
I was wondering about the boys' parents' reaction to this. I'm just curious what that's been like for them too.
They embrace it, and I have their full blessing because they completely understand what the intention is behind the videos that I'm creating. Many people don't know that, you know, within 30 seconds a child can drown in a paddling pool within this amount of water.
Right. It's a good learning experience, right? A good learning experience for people, probably even for the boys' parents too, just to, you know, see what could happen.
The best part of my life have been acting. When I've put them all together, I will always share them with, for example, the nephew's mother. And obviously, if she turned around to me and said, no, it doesn't sit well with me, I'm not comfortable about that, then of course I wouldn't post it.
Who knows how many parents are paying attention to their kids because of that video that wouldn't have unless they saw that kid in that pool.
I think with 50 million views, if I literally could save one child from being in that situation, then I feel that I've done a good thing.
I want to talk a little bit about your creative process for coming up with TikTok. I know your brand focuses mainly on these sort of tragic events, very dramatic scenarios. How do you come up with those? Do you brainstorm? You know, do they just come to you and you look at your nephew, or how does that work?
You know, I am a loving uncle. I've got over 14 nieces and nephews. You know, it's whatever is that fear that is within inside you as an uncle, as a parent. It's a bit of a weird thing to say, but I do seem to have a skill for being able to tap into that level of emotion. And so therefore I use what I know is my strength within my storytelling.
The thing I was most impressed by is like in all the scenes where you're crying, it's like somehow you get your eyes like red, and it's almost like they're bulging and they're, you know, tears pouring down them. How do you do that? Are you doing something to agitate your eyes, or does that just come to you?
It is training. I mean, it really is training. It's about tapping into those moments of, like we discussed a moment ago.
And then you start recording. Totally. Okay, I have a bit of a weird request. I typed up a little scene, and I was wondering if you would mind reading it with me, if I could send it to you. Whatever you're comfortable with. Obviously, you don't have to take the time to really get into character. This is just sort of a fun little exercise at the end here. So, Lewis sits on the side of his bed, his head in his hands. As he lifts his head, we see his eyes are bloodshot and gigantic from crying. His phone begins to ring in the other room. Lewis springs to his feet and leaps like a ballerina through the door and grabs it.
Hello?
Looking for someone?
You sick bastard. Give me back my son. If you lay a finger on him, I swear to God.
Easy there, buddy. We're not gonna hurt him, just as long as you cooperate.
What do you want? Money? I'll do anything.
$1 million cash by tomorrow night.
You think I have that kind of money? I don't even have a job right now. I get fired from every hospital I work at.
We don't care where it comes from. Rob a bank for all we care.
You're sick, you know that. Sick! You're not worth the anvil I'd like to drop on your head. I'll get you the money, but if there's one scratch on my boy, you're in for it.
Whatever you say, Richard.
Richard? Who the hell is Richard?
Oh, aren't you?
This is Lewis.
Oh, oh my gosh, I think I have the wrong number. I'm so sorry.
You know what? That makes so much sense. I just remembered. I don't even have a son. I'm sorry. I don't even have kids.
Oh golly, what a mix-up.
It happens to the best of us. Don't worry about it. Hey, good luck with the whole operation. It sounds very serious.
Dude, okay, that was awesome. Thank you so much for helping me out with that. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to do this. You know, I have to admit, the first time I saw your videos, I did think they were a little bit strange, but you seem like a really sweet guy, and it seems like your intentions are really pure, so I hope that you're enjoying your success, and you can continue to do what you love, because that's really important.
Thank you.
Lewis, I would like to thank you so so much for joining me today.
At the end of the day, I'm only doing what I love to do, which is what I'm very passionate about, telling stories. I will stay focused and continue doing what I've always done. I really, really, really appreciate this opportunity to chat, Danny.
Well, guys, look, these are some pretty strange TikToks, but at the end of the day, this is just a man following his passion and trying to make something impactful.